Hello everyone, welcome back to the lecture series. In the current lecture, we will going to discuss about the Great Kaleshwaram Lift Irrigation Project taken up by the government of Telangana. The Kaleshwaram project has been uploaded very well in the international community, in international community and Indian community as well, because of its effectiveness on the irrigation part. Uh, it, the Kaleshwaram project is believed to cover about 13 districts in the Telangana state. As so, 13 districts will be beneficial out of the Kaleshwaram project, and the uses are very wide. So in the current lecture, we will dive little deeper into the aspect of Kaleshwaram project. We'll start discussion from the historical perspective, or from the historical idea or idea evolution, or evolution of idea of Kaleshwaram project. And we will end up lecture by analyzing the structural flow chart of the Kaleshwaram project. So the Kaleshwaram project has been taken up on the river Godavari. So I felt it's basically necessity to analyze river Godavari first before entering into the Kaleshwaram project. So river Godavari starts in the area called Nasik in the Maharashtra, and will enter into the Bay of Bengal through passing through Telangana and Andhra. So in the Telangana, there are six tributaries joining the river Godavari. On the left side of Godavari, Kadam, Pranahita, Indravali are denoting the rivers will join into the river Godavari from the left side of river Godavari, and from the right, river Maneru, and river Kinnarasani will join the river Godavari and will together merge into the Bay of Bengal at the last. So in the all six tributaries, Pranahita has said to have highest river flow, which is been collecting its energy from river Wainganga and river Vaida, which are originated in the Maharashtra. We will discuss that a little deeper in the coming slides. So actually, the birth of Kaleshwaram project has said to be begin with the YSR term in the Andhra Pradesh, in the unbifurcated Andhra Pradesh in the year 2004. So YSR, he said to said to start he said to have start the idea of Kaleshwaram project through Jalayagnam. So YS Rajshekar Reddy, who is the former chief minister, has started the scheme called, or a program called Jalayagnam, through which small, medium, and large irrigation projects has to be built across the Andhra Pradesh to make efficient use of water resources in the Andhra Pradesh. So as part of Jalayagnam, YS Rajshekar Reddy promulgated the idea of Kaleshwaram project as such. So, the YS Rajshekar Reddy has said to have promulgated idea very basically. So later on, KCR has been, with the use of research done by the various companies, the idea has been further widened. So the idea at basic has been said to be begin with the YSR in the term of 2004 with the Jalayagnam program. So the YSR Rajshekar Reddy has said to focus little more on River Godavari, as River Godavari is one of the major river in the Andhra and Telangana, and it's been little less concerned in the policy making. So YS Rajshekar Reddy felt that River Godavari has been little used by the Telangana and Andhra people. So together, so he want to focus little more on the River Godavari. So he started two projects on the River Godavari, uh, two major projects basically, which Polavaram project in the Andhra Pradesh region, and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Pranahita Chevala Sujalam Safalam project in the Telangana region. So these are the two major projects started by the YS Rajshekar Reddy in the 2004, which has its birth on the river Godavari. So the Pranahita project, the Ambedkar Pranahita Chevala Sujalam Sufalam project, promoted by the YSR Rajshekar Reddy, the plan is like this. So actually, there are two rivers emerging from Maharashtra, that is Vardha, River Vardha and River Wainganga, and they will merge together at the place called Tumadihatti. So Tumadihatti in Telangana. So and they will merge together and will run through river Pranahita in Telangana and will later merge in the river Godavari. So actually, the two rivers merging from the Maharashtra will form one that is called Pranahita River in the Telangana. So Rajshekar Reddy, so YS Rajshekar Reddy government and other agency believe that if we construct the project at the Tumarhatti, we'll get maximum use of Pranahita rivers because Pranahita river said to be having highest flow or highest TMCs of water. So they analyzed and stated that 160 TMC can be extracted from the Tumarihatti barrage for irrigation and 30 TMC can be utilized for Hyderabad uses and 16 TMC of water can be utilized for the industrial uses. But many other surveys reported that we can extract only 120 TMCs or even lesser, but we can't extract this much of water from the Tumarihatti region. So and there are other issues too. So Wardha and Wainganga starts in Maharashtra. So if we construct Tumarihatti, if we construct a barrage in the Tumarihatti, then there is a problem of excess water flowing, or there is a problem of floods in the villages near Wainganga and Wardha. So there has been strict obstruction from the Maharashtra government too in the case of Tumarihatti barrage or Ambedkar Pranahita Chevala Sufalam project, which is to be constructed in the Tumarihatti region. So with the objection coming from the Maharashtra and plus we can only extract 120 TMCs from the construction of barrage at Tumarihatti, and due to death of YS Rajshekar Reddy in the 2009 and due to political instability later on, so the idea of Pranahita Chevala Sufalam project has been pushed backward. So later on, after KCR taken the threats of kingdom, or KCR when he's crowned in as the CM of Telangana, he consulted company called Vapcos Limited, and he he ordered them to research on the concept of uh, Pranahita Chevala project. So they initially thought that if we construct a project or if we construct barrage at Tumarihatti, then we can't exploit total Godavari water, and then they came up with idea of constructing a barrage at Medigadda, on the river Godavari, such that we can exploit river Pranahita water flowing into the river Godavari and other waters coming from Sripada Yellampalli and other uh, tributaries situated on the left side of river Godavari. So if we construct a project at Medigadda, the company believed that we can extract the water up to 240 TMCs, 195 coming from Medigadda, which is being gathered from the river Pranahita and river Godavari, and 20 will be extracted from Sripada Yellampalli because Sripada Yellampalli will also pour its water into the river Godavari, and 25 TMCs of water are said to be taken from the groundwater. So this is the basic idea which is being presented by the Vapcos Limited to the KCR government, and later on KCR agreed to the point of Vapcos Limited as we can extract the highest amount of water being utilized without the wastage of water, as it will drain into the Bay of Bengal. So if we look at the quick fact check in the structural model, so there will be 7 links. So among 7 links, we'll be having 28 packages. So 28 different packages has been distributed among 7 links of Kaleshwaram project, which will be the links will be analyzed very clearly in the coming slides. And there are about 20 reservoirs constructed on the 7 links, or 20 reservoirs has been presented in the has constructed in the Kaleshwaram project as part of Kaleshwaram project, and 13 districts will come under the benefit umbrella and will prosper under the concept of irrigation. So if we consider link-wise and a project analysis, we will consider link-wise and a project analysis in the coming slides. So starting with link 1. Link 1 starts from Medigada Barrage on River Godavari and will end at Sripada Elampalli project. So consider this flow chart. Actually, see the Kaleshwaram lift irrigation project. So observe the word lift. So why lift has been used in the Kaleshwaram lift irrigation project? So lift has been, you see, as Wapcos Limited suggested that if we construct Medigada barrage, if we construct a project at Medigada barrage, then we'll have benefit of exploiting a lot of water, that is 240 TMCs of water. So government decided to construct a Kaleshwaram project beginning from Medigada barrage. So Medigada barrage has been situated on the lowland. Bringing, see, River Godavari will flows in this way. So River Godavari flows in this way, but we should bring water in this way. Okay, so we are bringing a rivers. So actually, water has been rivers or pumped rivers, and this is the lowland and this is the highland. See, observe here, it's highland. So how can we bring this water to Annaram? So many pumps has been used to lift the water from Medigata barrage to the up, that is situated on the lowland, to the upland like Annaram, Sundila, and Sripada Elampalli project. So many pump houses and pumps has been built across the river Godavari, such that at majorly at Medigata we have pump houses that will pump the water from the downstream or lowland to the upland. So such that Kaleshwaram lift irrigation has been project has been named as lift irrigation project. Lift irrigation because we are lifting water from the lowland to the upland such that water can be circulated throughout the 13 districts. So from Medigada, we will get the, see, from Medigada, this is the water content. So from Medigada, we will get that water to Annaram barrage. Then from Annaram barrage, we will pump that water to Sundilla barrage, Sundilla, and from Sundilla we will get that water to Sripada Elampalli. So this is the first link of the Kaleshwaram lift irrigation project, where we will lift the water from Medigata barrage to Annaram. Then afterwards, then we will transfer that water from Annaram to Sundilla and Sripada Elampalli consequently. So one interesting thing of Kaleshwaram project is it's very cyclical. It's very cyclical. We will start at River Godavari. We will start at River Godavari, and we will end at River Godavari. Because see, we are starting at Medigata barrage, which is been situated in the River Godavari, and we will distribute water across the rivers, starting from Sripada Elampalli and Midmanera and throughout this, and we will just join back to the River Godavari. So we are taking water from Medigata barrage, and we'll getting water again to the River Godavari. So we are extracting water from River Godavari and linking the excess water which has been remained after our usage to the River Godavari, such that uh, the effect of floods can be eliminated. So this is the link one. Link one started from the Medigata barrage and ends in Sripada Elampalli. So link two starts from Sripada Elampalli project to Midmaner. So exclude this part. So this is the link one part. So in the second part, Sripada, we have water here, which has been pumped in from Medigata. So this water has been distributed towards Midmaneru Dam through Medaram. So Medaram has been part. So this is the link two. Link two starts from Sripada Elampalli and ends in Midmaneru Dam. And coming to link three starts from Midmaneru, which got its water from Sripada Elampalli. Sripada Elampalli, we got the water from Sripada Elampalli, and we will dump in Sripada Elampalli water has been dumped into Midmaneru, and Midmaneru will distribute this water to Upper Maner, and Upper Maner dam will water has been distributed to various small connected dams in that area. So this is the link. The link three starts from Midmaner and ends in Upper Maner dam. See, coming to link 4, exclude this part. This is the part of link 3 and exclude this 2. So link 3 starts at Midmaneru Dam, which has got water from Sripada Elampalli, and the water from Midmaneru has been transferred to Mallana Sagar. Mallana Sagar, among 20 reservoirs in the Kaleshwaram project, Mallana Sagar has said to be biggest reservoir in the Kaleshwaram project. Among 20 reservoirs, is the biggest reservoir in the Kaleshwaram project. So from Midmaneru, we will just transfer water to Mallana Sagar through Anantagiri and Sringaranganayaka reservoirs, and through Mallana Sagar, we will distribute that water to Konda Pochamma reservoir, which will have approximately effect on 5,95,754 acres. So through Konda Pochampalli, we will also distribute water to Shamirpet. So the link. This is the link 4. Link 4. Coming to the link 5, again from the Mallana Sagar. Mallana Sagar has three outlets. So one going to Konda Pochamapalli, other going to Singur, and this this going to Konda Pochampalli and other to Baswapur. So this is the link 5. Link 5 starts from Mallana Sagar, the largest reservoir in the Kaleshwaram project, and will ends in Baswapur reservoir. So there are three outlets through Mallana Sagar. That is one going to Konda Pochampalli, and other to Baswapur, and other to Singur. We'll discuss the Singur part in the next slide. So among the three outlets from the Mallana Sagar, one outlet has been distributed to Singur. Singur has been presented on the Singur is there on Manjira River. So this is the Manjira River. So Singur, Mallana Sagar, we will get water to Singur. So it will have the Singur dam will have capacity of 2,80,296 acres. So it has effects on 2,80,296 acres. So this is the link 6. Link 7 is basic. It's very easy because it starts and ends in SRSP. SRSP will distribute that water coming from Singur Dam through Nizam Sagar and through which are being situated on the Manjira River, and the water coming to SRSP through that in that way will be distributed to Diblapur, Hangara villages on Nirmal Mudul constituency, and it's also believed that SRSP will also distribute water to Medak districts and Nizamabad districts of Telangana. So if you consider Kaleshwaram project as a whole, it looks like this. See, it's very cyclical. We are starting at Medigadda project on the river Godavari, so it's a river Godavari. So we are getting water from river Godavari, and we are getting water from river Godavari actually from the Medigadda, and we are redistributing water among ourselves among 13 districts, and the water has been sent out again to river Godavari through SRSP. So we are using water from river Godavari, and we are injecting the excess water to river Godavari itself. So it's a cyclical project basically. So link 1 is this. See, this is the link 1. Link 1 starts from Medigadda and ends in Sripada Ellampalli. So this is the link 1 of the project. There are different barrages situated Medigadda, Annaram, Sundela, and Sripada Ellampalli. So Medigadda to Sripada Ellampalli is considered the link 1 of the project. So when we consider link 2, link 2 is this. Sripada Ellampalli to Midmaneru is being considered as the link 2 of the project, covering Medaram. Link 3 covers this. Midmaneru to Upper Maneru is the link 3 of the project. And in the link 4, we have Midmaneru to Konda Pochamapalli covering Shamirpetu. So this is the link 4 of the project. So this is the link 5 of the project where Mallana Sagar to Baswapur. The route is Mallana Sagar to Baswapur. And link 6 is Mallana Sagar to Singur is the link 6 of the project. And Singur and the SRSP is considered as the 7th link. So we have 7 links, 20 reservoirs in the Kaleshwaram project, and 28 packages among the different 7 links. So Kaleshwaram project is a major project and engineering feat constructed in the government of Telangana. So I thought it will be a little bit useful for every candidate or every enthusiast living in government of or living in Telangana territory or in India itself, because it's been considered as one of the major irrigation projects in India and in the world itself. So it's better to look into the aspect of Kaleshwaram project. So now we can end the lecture here. So thank you for listening so patiently. Thank you.